That's how you use a stethoscope. He had been spying on his neighbor for over a month. One day he suddenly heard a woman screaming for help next door. To find out what was going on, he made a miniature camera. He made a hole in the wall and slowly inserted the camera. What he saw was unexpected. It was a group of robbers. They were digging a hole to rob a bank, and he found a sight that shocked him even more. The girlfriend of the leader of the robbers. She's a new tenant. She came to his house to spy on him, but he had fallen in love with this woman. She gave him a sense of happiness he hadn't felt in a long time. Remembering that she had saved him, the man had an immature idea. Since the arrival of the mother and daughter, the man's life had become colorful. The feeling of home overwhelmed him. The woman celebrated his birthday. She even gave him a dance. The woman's presence made him stop thinking about suicide. So he hid the poisoned biscuits. But the appearance of a gangster puts him in a deep hole. He's handicapped. The neighbors are a bunch of robbers, and there's someone watching from upstairs. He thought about it all night. Decided he had to make a plan for his long-lost happiness. Through the surveillance and their chat, he learned that the robbers had dug a tunnel right through his basement. The robbers had dug a tunnel right through his basement, and the money was being transported in an uncovered cart. That made him laugh, looking at the robbers' means of transport. It's easy to cut off the money. The tunnel goes through the basement. All he had to do was cut a hole in the top of the tunnel. He'll be able to pull the wool over the eyes of the money on the way in. He's got a great trick up his sleeve. He's got a detailed procedure for it, practicing his speed every day to get more. With all the preliminary work done, it's just the female tenant. He wanted both. That night the chance came. The woman was drunk and the man seized the opportunity to seduce her to prevent her from waking up and resisting. Tied her to the bed with a rope and a real tranquilizer. The woman is done. While checking the progress of the robbers, suddenly the gangster's roar came from the other side. There's an undercover agent among the robbers. The gangster shouts at the undercover, "I'm the one your boss sent to rob me. How dare a little shrimp come to my place?" A good man was lost. To get the woman to listen, he showed her the video and told her that your boyfriend is not a good man. He's a murderer and a robber. The woman didn't think so. Said her boyfriend had no choice but to do what he was told. The man can't help it because he's a woman in love. The first attempt failed. On the way back, he suddenly realizes that the little girl, who can't speak, is whispering to her puppy. So he put a bug on the dog's collar. It's a good idea. The woman has failed. There's a problem with the tunnel. The plan to steal from the woman may not work. The robbers are not familiar with the underground pipes. They accidentally dug into a water pipe. They'll have to change their route, causing a corner in the tunnel. The money could have rolled over, so they changed the means of transport to a sealed box. It's impossible to get your hands inside. The man's plan is dead in the water. As a geek, he had to overcome this obstacle. While the robbers were away, he crawled into the tunnel and camouflaged the opening. Finds the water pipe and discovers it's sold. We can do something about that. Just as he returns, the robbers return. He moved to a dark corner. He covered himself in mud and blended in with the tunnel. Luckily, the robbers didn't find him or he'd be dead. There's a saying that all good things must come to an end. A man falls asleep while guarding a woman. When he woke up, the little girl was gone. The dog was lying there all alone. He screams and yells, but no one answers. Suddenly he realizes the girl may have gone into the basement. He crawled down to the basement, but it was too late. The girl crawled through the tunnel into the robber's house. The boss came back suddenly. The girl was not stupid enough to hide under the stairs. I didn't expect to find anything else. The man behind it all showed up. It's really the sheriff. He warned the gangsters. That there are some safes that can't be touched during the robbery. Whoever touches them will die. I'll move all the patrols out of the area during the operation. When the robbers are gone, the girl crawled back through the tunnel. The man pulled her up and held her tight. Unexpectedly, she took her watch with her. Back in the room, the man thought about it. Since they can't move some of the boxes, I'll give them a head start. Get ahead of the game. The gangster's regular check-in call came. A man wants a woman to give him a peace offering. The woman won't. He had to tell her about the girl talking to the dog. It turns out the mute daughter can talk. This makes a mother excited. But what she heard at the end broke her heart. Her boyfriend had done that to her daughter. He offered to avenge her death. He filled the tunnels with water so that the gangster wouldn't get anything. That's how the woman was turned. She reported her safety on the phone. The robbers have the bomb ready for 8 o'clock. The man locked the girl's room. His arm is bandaged to get ahead of the robbers. He takes a deep breath and enters the tunnel. First, he removes the explosives from the robbers and transfers them to the water pipes. Then he pried open the floor of the bank. For his own happiness, He had to take out the gangster. He doesn't steal from anyone else, just the boxes the sheriff keeps out of the gangster's hands. By the time the robbers get going, he's long gone. While the robbers were taking the money one by one, the pipe burst under pressure. The gangster saw what was happening and ran for it. By the time the robbers inside realized it was too late, one drowned instantly. The rest couldn't get out of the bank. They had to call for help to keep from drowning. The tunnel exit is in the basement of his house. Detectives will be looking for him. How will he escape justice? The tunnel was overflowing. He had to pull down the debris around it, make it look like the basement collapsed. Then he went back to the surface to wash off the dirt. He went to the patrolman to report his basement flooded, but no one would do anything about it. The sheriff was already watching him from afar. The sheriff and his patrolman came to search the house. The basement was caved in. There's no sign of him. The sheriff's got his eye on him, knew he had something to do with the failed robbery, but he didn't say anything. He warned the man to call him when he figured it out. There was another knock on the door. It turned out to be a gangster posing as a patrolman who was also searching his house. There's no evidence that he did it, but the gangster was desperate. He had to find a scapegoat. Just as the gangster was about to take care of the man shouted, "Lefty, help me." Everyone in the room was baffled. How did he know about Lefty? The gangster looked to his subordinates and then to the man. He's got no idea what's going on. It's a strange thing to happen in this situation. It's a hell of a thing to do. The man says he's doing what he's told. Lefty tells me what to do. He's the one who told me what to do. The gangster's starting to believe him. Finally, the big move. Take out Lefty's watch. This is the same watch that was on the little girl. The gangster was convinced Lefty had gone rogue. He didn't know what to say and he shot him. That's 2 of the 3 dead. The gangster looks at the man and pulls the trigger, but the bullets were all gone. The heroine picked up the gun on the ground. She walked to the gangster. She killed the gangster cleanly. They looked at each other and hugged each other tightly. It's over. But then the sheriff comes back. He sees a bunch of people lying on the ground. He doesn't want to arrest the men. He asked where the money was. "Think it over and I'll take half, or I'll arrest you." The man had no choice but to give him the money. The sheriff was suffering from hypoglycemia. He saw the biscuits in the tin. He took one out and ate it. Shamefully, he pocketed it all. On the way back he started shaking his head. Crashed head-on into a car on the other side of the road. He struggled to get out of the car. Looked in the boot and saw his arm. Fell to the ground without pain. How did he die? Does anyone know?